Arabic Qahwa, the Quranic Arabic Learners Podcast, brought to you by fluentarabic.net, the best place to find tutorials, resources, and learning advice for classical Arabic. Visit the blog at fluentarabic.net.
ومن ينفق الساعات في جمع ماله مخافة فقر فالذي فعل الفقر.
وإذا ظلمت فإن ظلمي باسل مر مذاقته كطعم العلقم.
ألم تعلمي أني إذا الضيف نابني وعز القرى أقري السديف المسرهدة.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to another episode of our podcast Arabic Qahwa. We have another amazing episode lined up for you. Again, we have our Sheikh joining us, Abdurrahman Diallo, all the way from Kuala Lumpur. Ahlan wa sahlan, ya Sheikhana Abdurrahman.
Thank you for having me.
Today, inshallah, we will talk about the Manzūmat Al-biri. This is a beautiful poem by Sheikh Ibrahim ibn Mas'ud ibn Sa'ad Al-Ilbīrī, Abū Isḥāq. This is a poem encouraging us to seek knowledge, to leave the dunya, turn to the akhirah, and stay motivated in our journey of seeking knowledge. And it was written, subhanallah, in the 5th century of the Hijri calendar, and that is the 10th and 11th century by the Miladi calendar. And this is so amazing, subhanallah. We are talking about something that was written about 900 years ago. And this is still so relevant today. We have people still reading this poem and memorizing it. The ulama, they recommend this poem for beginners, for students of knowledge, because it is so beautiful and it motivates us to seek knowledge and stay on the path. And to read something that was written 900 years ago and still find it relevant is something so incredible. If you think about it, someone who has so much success in the dunya, let's say a millionaire or a billionaire, if this person dies, after 50 years, no one's talking about him. After 100 years, he's completely forgotten. But look at this poem. After 900 years, it's still relevant. People are still memorizing it. And this is because the content of the poem, because of the value it carries and the beauty of its lines. And inshallah, we are going to see this when we look at these lines. And inshallah, Sheikh Abdurrahman, he's going to explain some of the beautiful passages of this poem to us, inshallah. And I want to just give you a bit of background for this Manzūma. Sheikh Abū Isḥāq al-Ilbīrī, he lived in Gharnata in Al-Andalus. Now, this place, it was, the height of the Muslim civilization. The Muslims, they had all the dunya, all kinds of worldly success, to the extent that, when the Christians entered the palace of the Qasr of Al-Hamra, it is said that they said about it, Al-Qasr alladhi banatul malaika. They said this is the palace built by angels. That is how beautiful it was. So they had such worldly wealth and luxury. And in this time, the Sheikh Abū Isḥāq, he is calling us towards leaving the dunya and remembering the akhirah. And he's talking about how ilm is more valuable than wealth. And you're going to see these beautiful lines. So Sheikh Abdurrahman, if you will, let us look at these beautiful lines. Bismillah.
So, as you said, this is a poem that was composed by the great poet Abū Isḥāq al-biri, and it was composed as a response to his friend who composed a poem attacking Abū Isḥāq al-biri and trying to disgrace him. But instead of doing the same thing and trying to hit back to his friend and say bad things about him. He rather wrote a very beautiful poem that highlights the importance of knowledge and trying to motivate his friend to busy himself with seeking knowledge instead of going into these fights that has no benefits. So we'll just select few lines of this qasida or this poem. It is a very long poem. It's around 120 lines, and we'll not have time to go through the whole qasida. That's why we just selected few lines, so that would give you an idea of what is the poem about.
تفضل.
نعم. He said, تفت فؤادك الأيام فتى وتنحت جسمك الساعات نحتا وتدعوك المنون دعاء صدق ألا يا صاحي أنت أريد أنت. ستفت فؤادك الأيام فتى وتنحت جسمك الساعات نحتا. So in these first two lines, as the introduction, he just wanted to remind his friend that this life and is not his life has an end, is not eternal, and that he's growing old, and the life will take his toll on him. So he's saying تفت فؤادك الأيام فتى. So the life is breaking your heart. وتنحت جسمك الساعات نحتا. And the passing of time is taking its toll on you.
Okay.
وتدعوك المنون دعاء صدق. And the death is calling upon you. ألا يا صاحي أنت أريد أنت. Oh my friend, I am calling you. Which means the death is after him. Just like everyone we know, death is after us. At certain point, we're going to die. So it's very important that you should not be distracted by this life and forget that at certain point of your life you will leave this world. So you should always remember that and try to do something that is going to help you after this life, and you will leave a good legacy in this life. So this was the introduction.
Just to recap those lines. تفت فؤاد الأيام فتى. The days are breaking your heart, or the days are taking their toll on you. وتنحت جسمك الساعات نحتا. The hours are carving away at your body. The time is, it's carving away at your body. It's taking away from you. وتدعوك المنون دعاء صدق. The death calls you with a true calling. ألا يا ساهي أنت أريد أنت. Would you want to explain what is sahi here?
So there's something in Arabic that is called tarkhim, which is the removal of the last part of the word. For example, the origin of this word is sahib, with the ba at the end. But he removed that the ba in order to fit in the rhyme of the line.
Okay.
So instead of saying ala ya sahibi anta uridu anta, you just say ya sahi anta uridu anta. So this thing is called in Arabic at-tarkhim.
Okay, so it means sahib here. It means friend.
Yeah, ya sahibi, my friend or my companion.
Okay. It is, oh my friend, it is you I am talking to.
Exactly.
So these lines are just telling us, you're not going to stay here forever, and the time is taking its toll on your body. So pay attention to what is going to come next.
Yes.
Now.
And then he went on to say, أبا بكر دعوتك لو أجبت إلى ما فيه حظك لو عقلت إلى علم تكون به إماما إن نهيت وإن أمرت. So he called his friend by his name. He said, Abū Bakr. This is the name of his friend. دعوتك لو أجبت. دعوتك, I called you if only you would answer my call. I called you to what? إلى ما فيه حظك. To something that in it is your goodness. I called you toward your goodness. لو عقلت, only if you would have understood what I am calling you to you. I'm calling you to. إلى علم تكون به إماما. I'm calling you towards knowledge. تكون به إماما, which will make you an imam, a leader. إن نهيت وإن أمرت. Whenever you give an order or whenever you prohibit something. So this, as a scholar and an imam, you will become a leader. You lead your community, your society, your people, your nation toward truth and toward the good and toward their success.
Jameel.
So this is something, this is what is knowledge about. It will show you the way, and it will allow you to lead your people toward the goodness.
No.
And then he went on to explain the virtues of knowledge and the benefits of knowledge. He said, وَكَنْزٌ لَا تَخَافُ عَلَيْهِ لِلصَّاعِ خَفِيفُ الْحَمْلِ يُوجَدُ حَيْثُ كُنْتَ. So knowledge is kanz, is a treasure. لَا تَخَافُ عَلَيْهِ لِلصَّاعِ. It's a treasure that you are not afraid that someone will steal it. This is a thief. You're not afraid that the thieves will come and take it from you. In addition to this, خفيف الحمل يوجد حيث كنت. It's very light. You don't need to hire some people to carry it for you. يوجد حيث كنت. It is with you wherever you go. You take it with you.
Subhanallah.
Yeah, you don't need to hire trucks in order to carry it for you. Rather, it's very light. You take it with you wherever you go.
No.
He also mentioned something that is very important. Say, يزيد بكثرة الإنفاق منه. Say, one of the difference between the knowledge and money, it's knowledge. يزيد بكثرة الإنفاق منه. Whenever you spend it, it will be increasing. Whenever you spend your knowledge, whenever you give it away, you try to share it with other people, it will increase.
Subhanallah.
So وينقص إن به كفًا شددت. If you try to keep it to yourself, you are not sharing it. So you will forget it and it will reduce. It will reduce your knowledge if you are not sharing it with others. Whenever you're trying to be stingy with it and not willing to share it with anyone else, it will be reduced.
No.
And then he went on to say, جعلت المال فوق العلم جهلا لعمرك في القضية ما عدلت.
So now he's going to talk about the fadl of ilm al-mal, or the status of ilm over wealth, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So he's doing a comparison here between wealth and knowledge. So let's see what he says.
Exactly. So, جعلت المال فوق العلم جهلا. You've chosen wealth and money and prefer it over knowledge. They said that itself is an ignorance. It's due to your ignorance. Say لعمرك في القضية. لعمرك. You say, I swear في القضية ما عدلت. You are not just in this case. You say وبينهما بنص الوحي بون. There is a great distance, a huge distance between the two, between knowledge and money, according to the text of the Quran. It says, ستعلمه إذا طه قرأت. And you will surely know it if you've ever read Taha, which is Surah Taha, where Allah the Almighty say, وَقُلْ رَبِّ زِدْنِي عِلْمًا. He ordered his prophet to ask him, Allah ordered his prophet to ask him to increase him in knowledge. And Allah did not ask the Prophet ﷺ to ask him to increase him in anything other than knowledge. Say, وَقُلْ رَبِّ زِدْنِي عِلْمًا. Oh Allah, increase me in knowledge. And he didn't ask him to increase him in his wealth. Rather, he only asked him to increase him in his knowledge, which showed the point that knowledge is much superior to wealth.
No.
Yeah, I think these are the lines that we chose.
Yeah. So subhanallah, these lines are so relevant because in the world we live in today, people give status to wealth that is not equal to anything else. Everything else is secondary. When it comes to education, the preference is given to education of the dunya. When someone is choosing a groom for his daughter, he gives preference to the dunya over ilm. In everything, the preference is given to the dunya. And subhanallah, this is something that is ajib. People really don't see the value of ilm. And I want to bring something to your attention, something that is so important. This is something Umar ibn Abdul Aziz has said. He said, whoever does something without knowledge, the harm he causes will be greater than the good he does. Now there are so many people, mashallah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given them a lot of means. They are successful in this life. And they have the intention of doing good. But because they have not spent the effort or the time to invest in knowledge or trying to gain knowledge, even if they have the good intention of doing good, because of their lack of knowledge, the actual harm they cause will be greater than the good that they do. And this is so true if you look at what goes on. So knowledge is something, it is like a lamp that shows you the way. And it is something so important. So these lines, subhanallah, I find it so relevant. And I think, you should look at this poem and try to understand it and, even memorize it, because it will keep you motivated. You'll keep remembering these lines whenever, you seek knowledge. And it will help you stay on this path. So Sheikh Abdul Rahman, what do you remark about this poem?
Yeah, this poem I find to be very motivating, and that's why the scholars, they always advise their students to read this poem because of the wisdoms and the motivation that it embodies. So I really advise anyone who's planning to seek knowledge to always read this poem and contemplate about its meanings, and it will be very useful for him, inshallah.
Inshallah. So inshallah, to help a beginner who is learning Arabic and who wants to understand this beautiful poem, I'm thinking of putting up a blog post with the translation of some of the lines, if we can't finish all the lines, with the help of Sheikh Abdul Rahman, bi'idhnillah, and we'll publish it on the blog, which is fluentarabic.net. So check out the blog if you haven't already, and inshallah you will find some material that is beneficial for you if you're learning Arabic. And we would like to know your feedback as well, bi'iznillah. So jazakallah khair for joining us, and inshallah we'll see you in the next episode. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
You have just listened to the Arabic Qahwa podcast. Subscribe to our podcast on iTunes or Google Play. Please take a moment to leave a review. Thank you for listening.